Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with another Craft of Exile video. In this one, we're going to show you how to make the Meta Eventuality Rod. This is the highest pDPS staff in the game at the moment, and it is mainly used for the approach of the self-chill builds, which is really good at the moment. It's actually pretty fucking obnoxiously strong. And there's a way to craft this for profit. However, they are extremely expensive to craft. Which is why I'm going to show you this craft in an emulator, because I've been very unlucky reaching these guys, which can happen with profit crafts, and that's just something you need to keep in mind. Garbage, and garbage, and garbage. So we're just going to go back and buy some more essences, and I'll be back in a bit. Oh, we hit it in like 10 fucking essences of contempt. It is so easy to hit, man. It is so easy to hit. We just spent 10 fucking essences of contempt, and it's fine, man. It's perfect. I bought a 6-link eventuality rod with 30% for 2 exalteds. They seem with white sockets. The only white socket left in the market is about 5x right now. So between 2 and 5x to get a 6-link, depending on the colors you're looking for. And I'll be showing you how to approach this craft in a very cool way. We are looking for tier 4 or higher hybrid, or we're looking for tier 2 or higher elemental damage, or tier 2 or higher physical damage. And the expensive part with this craft is that this approach is an average of 46 essences of contempt. I've been very unlucky showing this in-game. I think we're up on 150 essences. So, you know, you can be very unlucky doing this. So I'll be doing this by showing you the entire crafting process in the emulator. Let me just zoom in here. And I will show you by taking various essences. I am blind. There they are. And then we take Contempt, tier 1. And basically you roll this. And of course on the first hit on the emulator we have a tier 2. Okay. So this is how you do it. Once you have the tier 2 or the modifier you want, in this case we're looking for tier 2 or higher percent fizz, tier 4 or higher hybrid, tier 2 or higher elemental damage. In this case, we have tier 2 or higher. Now, the process is to purge off the suffixes. This is done with a bench craft, and it's a suffix bench craft, which is prefixes. Cannot be changed. This costs 2 exalteds. By doing this, we can then use a scour orb, and by scouring, it will remove this craft as well as any other suffixes, but keep the prefixes. Now we have the base to work with. Now, the next process is extremely expensive. It's going to cost you 6 exalteds to do. That is basically putting a bench craft with can have 3 crafted modifiers. This one counts as one of them. The other approach is let's see, prefixes can't be changed, and then we put suffixes can't be changed. Now the reason for this is that this will safeguard the crafts themselves as well as the modifiers existing on the item. And by doing this approach, we are now going to put a veiled chaos orb like this onto the item, which will make the only item modifier available, which is a 1 suffix slot open, become an unveiled modifier. So by doing this, we now have a veiled suffix. And in more cases than not, this veiled modifier is going to be able to give you a couple of different approaches. So I'm going to have codes link the items to me so I can show you here in game. And I'll show you the modifiers, since we can't show that in the crafting. Oh, actually, we can do it in the emulator. Holy shit, I didn't know. So if I can right-click that on the unveiled, as you can see here, we have cast speed, we have damage frequency, we have attack speed with quality. That's actually, I love the Craft of Exile tool. So by right-clicking and unveiling in the emulator, it can show you. So the unveiled modifiers that we got was damage per percent charge, cast speed, which you don't want. We don't want this either. But increased attack speed and 40% quality is extremely good. Another version that he has here that you also can get, which is actually better, and that is chance to trigger level 1 Blood Rage when you kill an enemy, and gives you up to 22% attack speed, which would be a better craft than this. By taking this one, we now have this modifier. Now, at this point, we would remove the bench crafts from the item and reapply it with a new approach. So we'd have to remove these, and then we'll have to bench craft can have 3 crafted modifiers, and then at this point we would put the prefix with bench craft prefix percent physical damage tier 1, and then we would put suffix. Let's see, so I don't make the mistake here now. That's all the prefixes, right? And the suffix would be the crit, right? Because you can't put the attack speed. Just to make sure I don't fuck it up. Ah! There it is. So you can put crit quality, or you can put critical strike chance, for example. And you can have it like this. And with this type of craft, obviously we can have a bit higher roll by dividing this if you want to make the rolls a bit better, to make them a really good roll. And then you can look at the pDPS you get out of this. And that's about it. Just to show you the pDPS that this weapon would have, because it's not in the list, is it? This is a 295 plus 567 divided by 2, multiplied by 1.51. This is a 650 pDPS, and you're looking at increased elemental damage with attack skills. And this is actually really, really cool. If you look at the market for eventuality rod with this, we look at pDPS, say 640 with elemental damage attacks. Why is this not even showing right now? You can see that something like this with a worse tier of elemental damage attacks is being sold for 25x. This one has a bit higher attack speed. The pDPS in this is 680, so just slightly above what we have. And this shows you, like, we can divine this to be higher, and we have crit, which this one does not have. So this is a very easy way to craft this in a deterministic approach. It's a really cool way to craft this. So again, just to make a recap of what to do, what you'll start off with crafting this is using essences. If I can find it again, essences, contempt. You spam this, which is an average of 1 in 46 to hit tier 2 or higher percent fist, tier 2 or higher wed, or tier 4 or higher hybrid. And the hybrid is actually better as the prefixes. And if you end up with full suffixes, so you can't purge them with a metacraft, then you'll have to, like in this is a great example. In this case, this is actually perfect, for example. I would need to open up a suffix, and the only way to do so is to use an Orb of Annulment. It's a 3 out of 5 to hit the suffix, which I hit in this case, and then you'll just benchcraft the metacraft of prefix that can't be changed, and then you scour the item, and now you have something to work with. And it's super easy to do. The problem is, obviously, when it comes to crafting, you have to go through the initial starting process to get the base you want to work with, which you do with a 1 out of 46 with a 63% confidence rate. I've been unlucky doing this in-game, but this is how you do the craft and deterministically approach that veil craft. So I'm going to finish this one as well, just to show you guys how it's done one more time in a quicker way. So we've crafted the base, we purged up the suffix by opening up a suffix through the annulment orb. And in this case, we're going to do the very expensive approach of putting multicraft and then putting prefixes can't be changed, as well as suffixes can't be changed. And in this case, there's only one more modifier that can roll. We use the Veiled Chaos Orb to guarantee that, which becomes the Veiled suffix. You unveil it. In this case, we have the accuracy quality. We have, this is probably the absolute worst outcome of this. And if you don't like this, you can actually rinse and repeat the entire process by purging off the suffixes. It is an expensive approach to it. So if you take this one, for example, accuracy and quality is still good. We're going to keep it just for the sake of the video. We would at this point remove the bench crafts and put the multicraft, and then we would put a bench prefix for the percent physical damage. If I can find it quickly, I see it right there. Put a tier 1 bench craft, put a suffix, and in this case we would look at the attack speed, because we don't have that. So we're looking at increased attack speed. There it is, tier 1, and then we would divine this to a bit better stats. It's pretty okay at this point, but we can definitely bring it up higher. Something like this. And just to give you an idea of the pDPS from this, 302 plus 563 divided by 2 multiplied by 1.49. That's a 644 with a tier 1 elemental wed damage. This is easily 25-30x, if not more. So it's a very easy way to make profit out of this if you want to, but it is really, really, really expensive. First off, you have to go through the process of hitting the contempt. Then you have to go through the entire process of the Veil modifier, which requires a very expensive purging of the prefixes with 2 exalteds, then an additional 6 exalteds to make sure you can put that Veil craft on it, then removing that and putting a multicraft, and then crafting the prefixes and the last prefix and the last suffix, which is going to cost you about 1x each. So that's another 4 exalteds to do. And the crafting of this is very, 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 very expensive. But despite that, it is still a profitable craft for the time being. But that's how you can guarantee certain modifiers out of the Veiled Chaos Orbs. That's all we have for you today. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more content. And till next time, boys, stay safe. Keep rocking.